Gigi, I've decided not to leave this town. Maybe I can stay and find some other nice people who will like me and accept me for who I am.
Trusting your spirit, yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
All right. Yeah. This is that time again. So, like finally, after like a proper consideration, I think it's safe to say that I can make this scheduling happen. So, well, at least as for today, I decided the scheduling is going to be every Monday and Wednesday, which the time is going to be like around 6 p.m. onwards. I don't know until when, but you know, we can just see. And I think that should be good enough, and it's still like within like my work days also, so I still have like the energy and juice to do unless I'm going to be like very busy, which is probably next week. Currently, and where I'm working, we have this game project that, you know, all the students come together and create like a game from scratch. So it's awesome, and I might be a little bit busy on that day, which is going to be a jury day next week, and it's going to be really interesting. So yeah. All right, and what else? Okay, so for the topics, mostly I'm just going to be keep sticking with every historical related pieces that I'm actually interested on. So the Vikings, it's going to be all about that, but we'll see. Might change from time to time if I happen to have like some new project or some stuff that I can share. So yeah, but that's about it. That's about everything for the, you know, kickoff for this channel. So yes, thank you so much for you that's already watching here on Twitch, and also the one that you're watching on YouTube. These streams, like, hopefully can be always simultaneously held like in both platforms, so anyone can enjoy it from, I don't know, either Twitch or YouTube. So yeah, don't forget to follow if you like the contents, and in YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to the contents. I will be doing this, well, quite a lot, hopefully. And I also going to probably, if I don't have any time to compile things and I happen to do something outside of my streaming schedules, I will create like a time-lapse video, for example, edit it with like some music on it, speed it up, so you guys can catch up to what's happening. All right, so let's go. Here we go. Our blank canvas. And yesterday I already finished with this, right? I mean, the swords, Viking swords, and we're going to create something else, like entirely new this time. So I'm still getting my resources from this museum in Denmark, and the natmus.dk. That's where I'm getting all my reference currently. So I know there is a lot, like a jillion of like references out there in the internet, but I decided to use this one for now. I mean, their websites and their placements, their menu, it's so simple. You can just follow things to find information, and that's why I'm using their website right now. So yesterday we started with some of the tools that Viking used, and the tools being like weapons. So yesterday it was sword. Now let's play with something else. It's still from the tools section, sword section, weapons. It's going to be the axes. You know, the axe. They're so awesome and so legendary, like Viking axe, especially the one like the Danes using. They call it the Dane axe. Not for any simple reason. It's because so well different, and it's so unique in its own way and visualization. So I think that this one is going to be interesting. Alright, so in front of me I have the website open. So about the Viking axes, let me just tell like a brief story about it. Right, like this is their words, and I'm just like saying it again. So, in a period when almost everything was constructed of wood, right, it's unsurprising that a large number of different axes existed. Of course, well, chop, you know. These were mostly used as a tool for the construction of ships, houses, carts, as well as other objects. So many different sizes and types of axes. So the axe was also put to every effective use on the battlefield. Sometimes it's difficult to tell whether an axe are used for a weapon or for a tool. So the one that in the battlefield, not always probably, or the one that people found or dig up is, you know, maybe it's not a weapon, maybe it's just a tool, so we never know about that. Because, again, like they said, so many axes laying around. Or, there's a really good explanation and it can actually branch into some stories. Like, Vikings used their ordinary woodworking axes as weapons. So, hey, the possibility is endless. Alright. So, let's see. What else do we have here? Okay, so in terms of the shapes, they have like a really sorry, like special shapes that, well, kind of unique in its own ways, right? I will just going to put it here, the Danish axe. All right, there we go. That's one, right? And they have like different shapes to it, like, yeah, you know, variations to it too. And this is my favorite. Look at that, beautiful, right? So yeah, that's the axis. And if I can just grab them all here and put them into like one layer, I can easily scratch over everything. Like, look at this, everything is like in there. Oops, let me change some brushes that's okay for drawing. There we go. Like, this is where people usually put their thing. Apparently, my pencil is like bleeding. They got like some opacity to it, so we'll see. Do we have like something else that I can use for? There we go. There we go. The cube. There. So here, like this is like the holder. This is where the basically the shaft come in, and if you notice here, like every design is kind of like similar in visual nature, yeah, and this is what makes them actually unique, right? So they put like, what you call it, the most of their punch, let's say, into this like larger larger shape over here. So when it swing, like the most of the force is actually here, and like the hit force is coming from this way, and then it just spread towards like these place. It can also be just go straight, and like the majority of the force is like down there. Also this one. So yeah, that's like my eyeballing study of it, you know. Like it's so beautiful. And then like the one thing that I actually noticed from this one, like all of these axes are very thin, despite of their sizes later when you finish with it. Like, you know, it can be like giant, like huge, but still very thin. So I'm imagining that this thing is actually light, so it's not that heavy, but it's like useful because, well, it's metal, it's sharp back in the day, and then it's very light to swing. So yeah, it will be like a crazy weapon, and it's also for working. It can be like a really easy to use tools. So yeah, and that's like my take on it. So let's play the shapes of it in our style. So I'm going to hide this so I have that, right? And I can kind of start with this one, I guess. So I'm going to remove everything else, but instead of like using red, I think I want to use like my blues, kind of like the blues that I have. There we go. Maybe a little bit more. There we go. I love that color. So yeah, it's not going to be symmetrical this time, because mostly it's just going to be like, do it. You know, so let's start with the holder, like the shaft holder. Okay, so this is where woods are actually going to come through. And then we have the axe itself. Like usual, we're going to start with the most basic one. So I don't need this one anymore. I'm going to remove this one. Gonna move this up, put some command to it to adjust the sizing, and everything, so we can have like more spaces for everything else later. Go. And I'm going to put like some wood in here. And sometimes they need to lock the top part of it, right? So, you know, like if they have things like that, usually they put like a punch, metal punch in here to make sure that the grip is like tight enough so the head will not be like flying everywhere. Basically like a safety measure. So okay, let's just leave this one here. So let's hope, because this will help for future reference. Okay, cleaning this up. Like looking from the original design of it, like actually the headpiece is like almost like together with this one. So basically right now I'm drawing and like it's like a separate piece and you kind of weld it in the middle. So I'm going to be changing this and making it to a little bit more accurate, so to say. So I'll erase these and change it so it's a single piece of metal over there. There we go. Making this fake shading. I'm gonna make it a little bit shorter now. On top, still there. The information thing, I can resize it and move it like a bit around here. Right? So now we have it. So now it's one piece. No pun intended. Well, it is. Okay, so from this axe, because there is no like, you know, like a sharpened edge marks in there, I cannot assume that it was like that. So I just like, I need to carefully shade this one and make it like kind of lighter towards the outside. I think that's the best way to approach it. Again, it's a whole piece in there, right? And judging from the look of it, right, this is like as close as possible that I can do. But some of those designs also, they have like a design like that actually. So do we want to go like that, or because yeah, from the picture examples that I have previously, there's like kind of evidence that it looks like actually that. So I think we should go with this one to make it a little bit more close with the reference. So I'm just going to erase this. Yeah, like that's close enough. Kind of like it also. And let's say that this axe like have been used a little bit, you know, like have like a little bit of like wear and tear, which we always want to add in our things, you know, when we're drawing things, especially me. It's just like breaking into like, you know, the norm of everything. And nothing special about like the handles right here. If I check like the website for information, well, they don't have any handles, but this one is guessworks. So yeah, I'll say it's just they go as simple as possible and use this for working. Therefore, I kind of want to make some shadings in here, like, you know, some evidence of like wears. And then I will reduce my brush size and start making this wood texture. Just a simple one. I guess this is like good enough to tell the viewer that, oh, that's wood. Yeah. So that's the axe that we have right now. I think I'm gonna remove this, kind of mess with the dynamic of everything. So yes, gotta make it a little bit smaller also. Make the shape a little bit dynamic over there, and there we go. Okay, so we're going to evolve this thing, right? For example, we have that one also that have like, you know, like a cross from it. So I'm going to try to replicate that one. So what I'm going to do is just going to duplicate this one, probably make it a little bit more elongated, yeah? And the shape of the axe itself is kind of different, that one. So I'm just going to erase this actually. Let's make our eraser bigger. Now I will play the shape of it. That one is just like triangular, basically. So like this, and then like I will create like an extreme shape of it here. Just sketch it out. Big deal. And then we create the axe over here. So we still retain the overall shape of the axe itself. I mean, like judging from the image of it, right? Like it has like cross on it, so I think like it's about that time like the Christianity is kind of already like mixed with the culture, the old religion and stuff like that. So just want to go with that. So it's actually hollow in the middle. It's just like basically frames on it. That's so crazy. I like it. Because somehow, at least like it's, I don't know if it's like this kind of acts is like ceremonial or like real, but I don't know. But I think this one is like cool, you know, probably worn by some knight dudes that, you know, happen to be like a Christian back in that day, or can be also like some Christian warriors that actually adapt this kind of axe and put it into their work. We'll never know. This is interesting though. So I'm just spitballing over there, like roughly estimating things. So yeah, because that shape is, well, it works, you know, like damn, I kind of like this one. And also, well, it's still a little bit more different from the other one, so I'm going to change like the depth of it a little bit, put up like some textures to it, And then this one probably a little bit different from the rest. So just gonna entertain the idea of fantasy in here. So adding fantasy to your flare. I always do that. And also the chipping, won't forget about that. Kinda need that all the time. There we go. Like, oh, this is beautiful. And let's play with the shape of the, you know, this thing. God damn it! Like, I always don't know what English word for this thing. Like, I should delve into my, what you call it, book, you know, dictionary. So yeah, but let's play a little bit different on this one. Okay, just reintroducing the wood grains in there. So I think it's going to be a little bit better. We'll see. Alright, it's like let's zoom out, and well, it's definitely already a little bit better than the other one, right? So I think our goal is okay there. I think this is like, let's say this is like some kind of a cleric weapon, so I want to add like some additional stuff here. Let's add like some metal part here, like a metal tip. Seriously, like this axe looks like it just came straight out of like a fantasy book. My god, so beautiful, so beautiful. Then to make things a little bit more cleric-y, is that even a word? I don't know. Just going to put like another cross in this, which can be deadly also. Like, I mean, imagine you got hit by that thing, and it's somehow making it a little bit royal, which, well, this upside down cross it. Well, that's not my intention at all, but well, it happens to be like that. Be like, ooh, probably they can like flip it down and just use it as a stick thingy, you know, the power compels you, something like that. So I don't know, that's just the fantasy talking in me. But yeah, it's so cool. Look at that. Proper. Okay. Okay, so what else can I do? Apparently I draw in the wrong layer, but still, this is really good. Okay, and the last one. Yesterday we also have like 3 samples of the swords, right? And on this axis I will like try to also create at least 3 variation of the axe. And this reference that I'm getting from National Museum of Denmark, give it a visit, you'll be amazed by it. It's Natmus, NATMUS.UK. Lots of things that you can learn from that, or even visit, because I haven't been able to visit that place anyway. But one day, maybe one day, or maybe they're gonna try to sponsor me. Hey, we never know. Yeah, one can only hope. All right, like the last one, it's really normal axe, right? With, well, a little bit more simpler design to it. Like the shape is much more simpler. The triangle is not even as broad as this one. It's a little bit more smaller, but it has ornaments in it. Now this one can be really interesting. So let's go. I'm going to create a new layer. Instead of like copying this one, I'm just going to draw something decided. Okay, so I'm checking the shape. Like this one, literally looking just like that. And then it's so ornamental. It's still like one piece though. This thing is one piece. No evidence of like, welding on it. So yeah. This is what makes it really interesting. They actually have some ornaments carved into it. So let me just make the outlines a little bit better on this one. And yes, I think this will cover everything. And then let's go on doing this. The ornaments that is like pressing in there. I'm gonna take a break in a bit. So I'll be back. So I'm back, but I'm going to continue this one without sound because I have some emergency. All right, so I'm going to continue doing this, basically recreating the axe by using and putting some ornaments into it. We'll see. Sorry about that. So I got my kids crying. Apparently, like she fell off, and yeah, well, kids. So yeah. Now the handle. I'm going to make this as good as possible. Well, a little bit more different again. Like probably the woods that they're using is not like perfect in shape. They kind of just like use whatever wood shape that actually fits and good for it. And I think this one is looking really good. And also I want to add like a cap on the end of this one, because well, it's a little well ornamented axe, and I think some other shapes can actually benefit a lot. And on this one, I'm going to make it like a little bit more, you know, more brutal in nature. So I'm going to add like more spikes to it. And this one, well, this one probably is like ceremonial, or the one that they actually use for battle. So I'm going to add some addition on this one. I'm going to wrap this one. Maybe this one is being used by some chieftains or something, you know, like big boss of the village. Oh yeah, it really deserved to be different. So because the long nature of this axe, I think it's just like really safe if I give it like a dual grip, so I can actually wield it and like two-handed, you know. Gonna make some imperfection here and there. I think this one is okay. Hey, hello, Ericas. Thank you for joining. Oh, and I saw the news about you with the gang. Nice. Get going, man. Get going. Great news. And really happy about that. So I can only imagine you're more happier than me. So, yeah. Let's add some wood texture to this one. Of course, I mean, you deserve it. If you got it, it means you deserve it. I mean, like, only the best for you, my man. And do your best on that one. Make your names, you know, kicking ass, taking names. Do that. That's the least that you can do right now, right? Alright, let's adjust this placement a little bit better. So, these acts, gotta move it like around here, I guess, just to compensate for space. Okay, let's now work with this actual thing. You know, the ornament is so crazy. I cannot even do that properly, but I will try nonetheless. Just basically a lot of like random ornaments in this thing, and looks like doodle arts, but let's just pretend that this one is actually, you know, some Viking carved things into it. Well, I kind of like the whole idea. So they have all of this, like a band carved into it, and there's a lot of like this thingamajig. I don't even know what these are, but it looks cool, so I'm just going to draw it. I think this like a look like a tentacles of some sort, but I don't know. It can be mean something back in the day, but I don't know. All of this looks awesome though. So tentacle it is, and probably back then a big fan of tentacles also. Maniculture. Yeah, I'm just like putting an X here. Well, I'm lazy. But yeah, look at that. Well, if we zoom it out, well, we can see there is like some ornament-ish going on, and that's, for me at least, it's already like good enough. We can always come with like a real design later, but yeah. There we go. I'm gonna add like a little bit of this, you know, like a wrap. It's like imperfectly done over there. And again, I'm drawing at the on the wrong layer, so okay, let's just mark it like that. And then I'm going to actually work on the correct layer. I need to paste it in place. There we go, and then I will merge this thing down. There we go. It's better. Now I can clean this up properly. This is surprisingly faster to make the axe, like if we compare with the one yesterday. Like making the sword, it's quite complicated. Even though the sword is actually much more symmetrical. I mean, well, this one, well, it's not so much. So now what I'm going to do is actually put some warp if it's available. Yeah, I just kind of want to like do some warping in this area. Nope. So now it's proper. Perfect. Killing machine. So, yes, I mean, bad and all, but you know, back in the day when probably that's the only thing that people used to like doing, some chop chop. Okay, so layout thing is good. I'm going to select everything, just adjust their sizes, and I don't know, work it so they're perfectly there in the middle. All right, I'm going to create a duplicate. I will merge them down, put the rest into a folder for later use. And on this one, actually, and on this one, this is where I'm going to start making a coloration for it. So here, see, there's a lot of like unclean things there. I'm just going to clean it up a little bit with my lasso too. Easy peasy. is to inverse it, and then we got our area to work with. Open a new layer, so basically the layer that I'm going to use for blending. Oh, nice! Woo! That's great, my man. Hook up later when you're here. I hope you will get one. I mean, like, now you're properly working, you can get a proper apartment. So, we need to hang up. It's been a while. So yeah, okay. Like usual, I'm going to create just put a get paint on it. So basically just a basic shade for everything. And also here, apparently, I need to remove this from my equations. So let's do that. Yeah, I should be more careful. Now it's proper again. Going back to my brush. Gonna start filling those in. This one also. Okay, now it's time to build up the shadow and the highlights. So if we work this simple again, like that's why I kind of encourage you to, if you create like initial sketch or your concept, it's easier to just work as light as possible, so you can always make like significant changes later, right? So simple as it gets, put like a coloring layer or like where shading layer, and then just start making adjustments. Like right here, I'm just going to adding more to where shadows might come. Then go with my blending brush, and I'm going to start like blend in the colors. Making things a little bit more organic. Blending brush to the rescue, and like you see here, like our blend is still ugly. So there we go. We need to destroy things. Get a good breakup. So I'm gonna save. Brushes, and I got everything okay right now. What I need right now is actually the highlights. So we already have like the dark tones that we need. So if we go switch to our eraser, like now, I will zoom this in. I can work like chipping away those lights, like only erasing the places where light might touch. This one. especially in this ornament part. And you can really make like a difference in this. Doesn't have to be perfect, we just like need to be there-ish. So you can actually work on something from within. Got it. So I'm going to scroll back. Oops. Doesn't mean to do that, but oop, it's back. Deselect everything, and I'm going to put like my top layer here, and sorry, the bottom layer here to be play with their opacity, which is in this case I'm going to use multiply for it. Because it's like now it's like really have like a nice undertone to it, and that's what I like. Clean up squad. Go to where all those crazy stuff popping. Just remove it from equation. And yeah, I like it. Like everything. So again, like readjusting things. Make it a little bit more interesting. So there we go. That's what we come up with initially on this session. I'm kind of happy. So it means we already got at least 2 of the parts done. So we got tools done, sword, axes, and in the next stream we're going to probably select one of these. What's these on the list that I have right now? We have the berserker horns. Like I don't even know what that is like right now, but we will read it together later with all of this information that I got. And then probably helmets. Hey, the helmets, surprisingly, without horns. So, what's up with that? You know, like Vikings, no horns? We're gonna delve into that one later. And then we got shields. And then lastly, to cover everything, like after we finish with all of these tools and combat tools, we're gonna talk a little bit about like their fighting techniques, because in this website, nationalmuseum.dk, they have like a section about like the combat technique, and I really want to see what's in it. I haven't seen it, so again, I'm just doing this along with like opening the link and read this together with you guys. And this is what I come from, like all of this information I got for today. I think we can safely open this one, I guess. Like I will move this layer, I will add that, bam. So yes, that's what our reference is, and bam, that's the thing that we try to render at least. So well, it's not like the best, but still, you know, like when people see this, they will definitely know that this one is like axis, right? So goals achieved. Like it's all about like sending the message with your visualization, and I think we've done a great job today. It can be much more better though. So yeah, and I think this is everything for today. I mean, like exactly like 1 hour, close to 1 hour. Thank you so much for being here. I mean, like again, like Eric, as you're here, thank you so much Like, thank you for all the support. If you guys like going to watch this later, I mean, like, hopefully this is like informational enough so you can learn about like more things Viking like me, because I really want to learn everything Viking. So I'm just browsing from hopping from museum to museum and see what they can offer, and I can just blend them with my own imagination and create something. So yeah, and who knows what kind of project I might ended up with these drawings. So sky's your limit. But yeah, I won't be moving from the reference site yet. I'm still going to use the same museum site. So later I will check like other museum what they have, and we can just go back through times and go draw something that other museum maybe have in their collections, and you know, those information. But yeah, the axe, the tool for today. Don't forget that my stream is going to be, well, I will try my best to be within the schedule. It's going to be Monday and Wednesday, every 6 onwards. I don't know if it's going to be 1 hour or longer, but at least 1 hour, like drawing this kind of thing. So yeah, feel free to hang out and chill. You know, listen to all of this free music, which is really good. Kudos to the artist. And if you happen to be on Twitch, give me a follow. And if you happen to be on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if it's helpful. Alright, so thank you so much again, like for everything, for the support and everything. I wish you all a very, very productive day. So yeah, get some rest, and then probably tomorrow like start with something really awesome. Thank you for the subscribe. I'm honored. Alright, take care. Salam and peace.